So this is actually a good segue. I think at some point in the evening we have to tell the story, which is just an entertaining anecdote from a social media perspective. Tell the Triscuit story, because in the post that I put up about this and some of the sort of marketing we did, we talked about the Triscuit story. We should tell the Triscuit story.
So the Triscuit story is a pretty simple one, born out of just kind of listening to our customers. So I wrote a post on our blog, which is totally unrelated to invoicing, and I got to get away from that. But I noticed that Triscuits had kind of reinvented their brand, and they've added cracked pepper and olive oil and a rosemary brand, and they got all these different kinds of Triscuits now that I really enjoy. And I grew up on Triscuits. This was a big deal to me, and I thought, hey, I'm going to blog about this and just talk about product reinvention. And so I did that, and we had a customer in Fiji who commented on the post, and he's like, I hate you guys. I cannot get these Triscuits here in Fiji. Full stop. And so what we did is we shipped him a box of Triscuits. Now, we just thought that was a nice thing to do. The guy was clearly in pain. And so he got the Triscuits. He wrote a blog post about it. We didn't know he's a blogger or anything. We just threw it out there. And so he gets the Triscuits. He writes about it. All kinds of people, like Read Write Web, I don't know who you guys know in terms of properties, but some significant web properties these days picked up on it. They thought it was an interesting story. He then goes on to write a feature for the Fiji Times about customer service and companies, and features us in it. And but it's born out of just doing what seems natural. Like, how would you like to be treated? Well, this is how.
Just further to that, it's really about being authentic to a certain extent. Like the Triscuit story, some people could read it the wrong way and think we just do this because we think we're going to get press out of this. Stories like that you do not because you're hoping it'll blow it into something. You do it because it's part of what you are, and that's really part of the personality of Freshbooks. If something greater comes out of it, that's wonderful, but you have no control over that. So you do it because you want to do it, because that's really the personality of the company, and that's also I think why a lot of people talk about us. Because the company actually has a personality, as opposed to a faceless, nameless corporation that nobody really has any proof of life. Like Mike mentioned, we answer the phone, and this is all stuff. I can't take credit for this as much as I'd like to. This is all stuff was long before me. Everybody in the company actually handles support calls. So what other company could you call up and just by fluke of luck, the CEO is actually going to handle your really trivial, support issue, or really, struggling support issue. You've got the CEO, you've got the founder of the company, and it's just because that's the way the company is. Everybody handles, everything, and that's the way we get to know our customers. We listen to them, and it's just our form of being authentic.